Hey everybody, you're watching Cole the Corn Star, and welcome to the 100% restoration of my great-great-grandfather's $7,000 mansion. And also, big thank you to Simply Safe for sponsoring this video. There's no safe like Simply Safe. If you're new to the channel, hello, my name is Cole, and I just want to give a forewarning. We give plans on what we are planning to do for today's adventure, and they almost never go the way that we plan them to, but we keep trying, and we keep getting stuff done. So for today's adventure, and for today's plan, we are going to be working in the underground movie theater. More specifically, we need to do some digging along this wall. We need to get the dirt pulled back, and we need to get that corner cleaned out, so that way we can get a trench dug right next to the edge of our concrete, so that way we can put in a exterior perimeter drain tile. Now once we get that all dug out and ready to go, we need to smooth out some of this rock in the center. We have some conduit lines that run through our concrete. We need to get those exposed, and then we will be ready to install our interior perimeter drain tile. Exterior drain tile, interior perimeter drain tile. Am I forgetting anything else, Roman?
Floor drains?
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna try to climb down this ladder. I got new boots on that are not broken in yet, and climbing down ladders is difficult, but I digress. In the existing basement right now, we have these floor drains, so in case a pipe or something up above one of these water lines decides it's going to break, we don't come down to a swimming pool, because the drain will take it away. Now, in the underground movie theater, we have a couple challenges here, the big one being the underground movie theater floor is about 6 feet deeper than where I'm currently standing. All of the drain lines that we have in here run out right here, or they drop down through that black tube down to our tile line. So we have two options here. We can hook up an interior floor drain to our tile line. I don't know if we can actually do that. I don't know if we want to do that. Otherwise, we are out of options for where we can run our drain lines to, because we cannot put a floor drain down there and run it into our septic line, because that is 6 feet lower than up here, and we will honestly probably be deeper than what our septic tank is once we install that over there. So we have some head scratching to do when it comes to how we are going to put floor drains down here. We don't plan on having water on the inside, but same thing, we are going to have floor above this, and if a pipe breaks and we're gone for a couple days, we would quite literally have an underground movie theater swimming pool, and we don't want that. We just want this to be an underground movie theater. Now, I apologize if that's confusing. It's kind of confusing for me too, but we'll get through it. So with that being said, Roman is going to get started with whatever game plan. I don't know what is first in the order of operations first. That is up to Roman to decide, because my dad and I are going to be working in the truck office right now. We have deposition coming up for our $1 million bin site lawsuit on Monday. Today is Thursday, and we have some deposition questions that we need to finalize getting together. So we are going to be working in there. Once we get that done, then we will jump back down here and help Roman. Have fun, Roman.
Thank you. Good morning. Well, every time you see my car parked right on the edge of the hole, that means that there is uncertainty. Uncertainty how to do things, uncertainty what we should approach first. And that was the case today. I pulled up here knowing that we need to install the perimeter drains, interior drains, but the question was, what do we do with the floor drains in case if something happens above, water starts going down and filling up the whole thing. We need that water to go somewhere. But the problem is that all our plumbing is 6 feet higher than our grade here, and that's what the challenge is. We were thinking, what should we do with all the water and where it will drain from the floor. So I guess one option is to run our floor drains into the tiles, perimeter drain tiles, and go that route. But then we knew that it's gonna have its own challenges that we'll address and talk about later. So I guess in the meantime, enough headache with those thoughts. I guess I'll do my morning exercise and clean up this dirt from the previous day of work, and maybe in the meantime there will be some kind of enlightenment. So let's get to digging.
we're into the middle of this deposition write-up stuff, and the IRS called me back. We have been trying to get money back from the IRS that they took from us. And it's been a little bit of a phone tag, but we just got a call from them, so they just transferred me to someone else. And now hopefully we can now get to the bottom of this thing.
It's been well into over an hour of fighting this soup. I don't know what else to call it. Obviously it's not dripping, so maybe it's just sticky mud, but it's saturated with water. It is extremely sticky and heavy, so it requires double of energy to move it. But we have to do it. We have to go at least 4 or 6 inches below the top, so basically water doesn't get a chance to rise over the top of our footer. And this section is the hardest to do because that's where all the soup that we scooped out of the bottom of the trench went. So right now I'm dealing with that, and once I dig past that, it's not as bad, so not so much left, so keep enduring.
Now, what do we have Roman doing up there on top of the big dirt pile? Just scampered up that thing like a deer, and then he perches himself up there. So I don't know what he's doing, but we are just about done on the computer.
Oh boy, didn't think it's gonna take this much effort to do this section. The soil is extremely wet, extremely sticky. The effort is not only put into digging it out, but also to throw the dirt off the shovel because it's so sticky. So every foot of dugout, little trench is an accomplishment, and we're getting closer to getting around the corner where we're gonna begin our tile. And I'm hoping that the other section is not gonna be as bad. And while I was thinking that we'll just dig it out by hand quickly, I'm telling you, where I can get the excavator to, we're gonna do it. It's a lot of work. Unnecessary work, I guess, when you can utilize the machinery. So I hope we're gonna finish here pretty soon and gonna get to excavating. So you can tell this is all done, and ironically everything that I dug out was the silt, whether the silt we dug out of the trench and through here, or the silt that was washed down the wall into here. So it's that fine saturated clay, not even clay, but I don't even know what it is, just a nightmare. I just need your love. It is good to sit down, stretch, and let the arms rest a little bit because they feel like noodles. I started the skid loader for it to warm up so we can take care of all the mud that we piled up here, and after that I'm gonna come in with the excavator, and I'm really hoping I can dig most of the stuff that needs to be coming out for our perimeter drain, and from that point on all this we can dig with the excavator. And today is actually the day when we're gonna have arm wrestling practice, It's gonna be in about 2 hours, and I'm hoping there will be something left in my arms for that. I am not gonna lie, this is a little bit frustrating and funny at the same time. All my hours of labor took 2 scoops and 3 minutes to dump with a skid loader, but I can really tell it is super heavy the way it's acting in the bucket. It is super heavy, solid, saturated with water stuff. So you just spit out as just one lump.
Now, in a pretty typical Cole the Corn Star fashion, when I say I'm just about done with being on the computer, I really need to stop saying that, because I got a phone call that some fertilizer prescriptions that I put together were being all wonky and there was some sort of glitch on them. And so I dove into that program, and then while I was working on that, then my Uncle Orlin showed up with my cousin Brett. Now my Uncle Orlin is 93 years old, so I completely stopped what I was doing and I went out and I visited with him. We visited for about 45 minutes, and during that time, the sun has now gone down, so Roman is done digging in the underground movie theater. I thought I was going to be done with my computer stuff by like noon, but it pushed on. Nonetheless, we're going to be able to continue on with it tomorrow. But now we have arm wrestling practice, and then while we are in town for arm wrestling practice, I'm going to go to the store because I need to pick up some more non-woven geotextile fabric, and I also need to pick up some more drain tile.
Deckard, if you break your arm, we have it in the video, don't worry. You're good.
So it's on his homeowner's insurance?
Hey, he's filming me? Okay. So get ready.
Get out of here!
Ready?
Oh, the camera's started rolling. Gotta look cool.
All right, Ben, let's see what you got.
Camera has
That's amazing that you were still being able to bring your hand
come back a little,
Yeah.
lost your wrist and kid.
Yeah, because I was trying to keep him cracked at all times, but he was still able to force.
Here we go, battle of the little guys. We got Matt on the left, Ben on the right.
Ben is in control. He is just trying to control Matt, making him work. And Matt is trying to regain the position, which he is almost able to do. All he needs to do is rotate that wrist around Ben's fingers to gain the top.
Make you work for it.
You know what you should do? Just beat him.
Try that.
Good? Just don't lose.
Yeah. And then I'll call your mom. And then I'll leave when she gets there.
Oh, nice.
There we go. Where's that? Ready to fit like this? Is that now? Is it like when it says in the raw meat and then you put it on the little grill? So you got a grill and then you got the sauce. Hot pots.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, pause from the project for just a second. I have a really big announcement. One of our biggest channel sponsors, Simply Safe, has partnered with me to give you guys their biggest discount of the year. 60% off. If you're not familiar with Simply Safe, in my opinion, it is the most easy, effective, and simple home security system on the entire market. It is what we have been using to protect our farm for the last 3 years. Now, the reason why I like Simply Safe so much is because of the peace of mind that it brings me. Did I leave the garage door open? Did I leave the shop lights on? By going on the Simply Safe app, I can check all of these things. And to help increase my peace of mind, Simply Safe has just introduced Active Guard Outdoor Protection. With old school systems, they only trigger after somebody has already broken in, giving somebody time to grab and dash. But with Simply Safe Active Guard, crime can be stopped before it happens. With Simply Safe Active Guard, monitoring agents can react in real time to suspicious individuals approaching your home. They can see and speak to them, trigger alarms and spotlights, or even request urgent police dispatch all before a break-in happens. No other home security system offers this kind of active protection both inside and outside the home. Simply Safe starts at around $1 a day. There are no long-term contracts or hidden fees, and installation takes less than 30 minutes.
Simply Safe on.
If you are interested in a system, I have teamed up with Simply Safe to offer an exclusive 60% discount. Now, this deal won't last, so you need to act quick. Save 60% on your Simply Safe security system when you sign up for a select professional monitoring plan and get your first month free. Visit simplysafe.com/Cole to customize yours. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
Simply Safe on. Home.
Okay, arm wrestling practice is now over, so we are in the store. I'm going to try to pick up some different fittings for the exterior and interior perimeter drain tile lines that we are putting in, and then we're still trying to figure out the floor drain system and what exactly we are going to do there. I'm really leaning towards the sump pump idea, but Roman's leaning towards the just draining it down and through the rock into the tile down below idea. I don't know what I want to do yet. So I did not feel like doing a bunch of mental math in the store, so I just grabbed a whole bunch of random tile corrugated pipe fittings and we threw those in here. And then I got a 250-foot roll of 4-inch. Now I have no idea which one it is here, and I hope it is small enough for me to be able to lift into the back of the truck by myself. And now that I think about it, I'm not sure if I have a strap back here, so, oh, yep, I got a strap right there. Okay, we should be fine. And then I also picked up some non-woven geotextile fabric. So let's figure out which one we need and see if we can get it loaded. I hope it's not one of those top ones. Okay, that one is 4-inch, 250 foot, solid. We need perforated. I think it should be right here. Yeah, look at what we got there. And I'm just kidding. There's two of them right here. Perforated, got the holes. I'm not gonna lie, I rolled that thing out, got it flipped out here, and I was mentally preparing myself to try to figure out how to get that thing lifted up inside of there. And then the forklift drove by and I'm like, hey, you wanna help me out? And we're good. He was just able to go whoop, and set it up in there. How are we doing?
Hi.
Catch any thieves today?
Not really.
Oh man. Do you get to arrest them if you catch them?
No.
Oh, they should let you do that. Have handcuffs in there and a taser?
Yeah, just need me a plastic bag.
When they give me the little thing to sign, I always just keep swiping my finger back and forth until they sit there and start looking at you like, what are you doing? That is not your signature. So I just filled the whole screen with scribbles and then drew a smiley face in the corner. Good morning, Roman. Sorry. Dobry ranek. How did arm wrestling practice go for you last night?
That was good. I didn't feel good, but turned out that I was performing fine, so feel a little bit stretched out, so should be feeling some aches and pains tomorrow, maybe. And feeling good today. A lot better than yesterday.
So someone at your level, what do you try to work on? Like for me, it's just general strength and, gaining the fundamentals and learning counters and whatever. What's the difference between what I would be doing and what you are trying to do?
I don't think it's the level difference, but like for me, instead of just coming there and beating people, like using the method or the strength that I have to beat them, I'll be quite opposite. I'll be using the weak point where I cannot beat them, and I'll be trying to go that lane versus just grip up and beat them. So I'm trying to improve the weak spots.
Oh, that makes sense. So you need to start pulling with me more.
Well, I can't even touch you. I need to raise to that level first to get at least closer.
So here's the plan of attack for today. Now that we have all of our tile materials, Roman is going to get started down in the underground movie theater with more of the digging, so that way we can get everything prepared for all of this. I have just a few minutes of putting some of these deposition questions together or getting them in a more palatable format, and then once I'm done with that, then I will be able to help Roman full force down there. And we're really hoping to be able to get all of this perimeter drain stuff done today. We have everything, we've done it before, so we have some experience, so we have some processes down. So I'm really optimistic that we are going to be able to get everything done.
Beautiful morning today, and we're ready to utilize our digging machine. And we're starting in this corner. Gonna clean this out and then move it around and take care of that. This time around, I positioned the machine that the blade is actually facing that way instead of being towards the wall, and that helped me to bring the excavator a lot closer. That will give me more reach and access to dig this a lot in better condition in a straighter line. So that's hopefully gonna work better. And we're gonna hop in and do some digging. I got my first scoop, and we're gonna slowly turn to make sure we're not catching anything which is rebar, and then the backside would be the dirt. So slowly surrounding an awareness, and looks like we're good. So now we can just dig with our eyes closed. Okay, we got ourselves a nice trench. This is way too close to the excavator, so I cannot dig anymore. So this is gonna have to be a hand dug trench, which is not gonna be hard because it's all nice sand. And then I'm gonna go up and start our skid loader because it's way too cold, and as it's warming up, I'm gonna finish that. Then skid loader will be warm, we'll move that pile for our trench to be dug further with a mini excavator. Since we're in our cold season now, all the equipment needs to be warmed up, so there is no damage to it to be done when you operate it. And while the skid loader is warming up, we can warm up our joints with a shovel, dig that out, and by that time the machine is going to be warm and we can start using it.
Several hours, we got deposition stuff done. We are now ready to help Roman get back to work in the underground movie theater. Let's get these drains done. All right, Roman, what is the plan of attack? How are we making out?
Starting the fire?
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing. Is that next?
Yeah, that's next.
Okay, I was hoping that was gonna be next.
But I'll pick out the longest pieces because we might be able to use them for the bracing. So I'll sort them out, and then whatever is short and broken, we can have fun with.
Okay, that sounds good. We have a whole bunch of pieces of wood right here from what we use for all of our forming for the concrete footings. And we cut some of them in this kind of weird triangular trapezoidal shape like this. So we can't really use them for anything else. And a lot of them are all splintered up and concreted up and broken. So they're junk. So I brought some kindling here, and we're gonna make a nice little spot up here. It's wet, so we're gonna make a pile and see if we can have ourselves a little bonfire. We're gonna pop the forks on the skid loader. It's gonna be a lot easier to load those boards on the forks than to, well, we might be able to, yeah, we're gonna get the forks. We're gonna get the forks. Roman has other plans. He just went in with the bucket and the thumb and scooped them up. Oh, now he's dumping them up here for me. Okay. Okay, now that we have our wood pile all cleaned up, Roman is going to start digging through here with the mini excavator. We have some chunks of concrete that we're going to have to work through, so hopefully we can do a lot of this with the mini, because otherwise we got to get the concrete breaker down in here, and then it turns this project into a whole bigger can of worms. So while Roman is going in there and trying to get that all dug out, we are going to have to do some hand digging through here. Our tile line is right there, and then everything back here is also going to be hand dug, so I'm going to get started digging back there, and then we're just gonna work our way forward. Ooh, big chunk of concrete. Yeah, look how easy that mini excavator makes that look.
It is probably not the very last t-shirt day of the year, but every time you get a nice weather you feel like it. So it's nice to get some vitamin D as long as we can. That occurs naturally.
Don't let Roman fool you. He is solely in a t-shirt right now so he can show off his arms. And look at those veins.
I would be standing like this in front of the camera if I pushing.
Showing off your golf ball. I've been at this spot over here for about an hour and a half. I had to dig back a lot of their super sticky, heavy muck. I don't know what you'd call this stuff, but it is heavy and it sticks to the shovel and it takes forever to dig, especially when it keeps falling back in here. But we did get connected up to our 6-inch tile outlet. And then I got everything all taped up on this tee. We got everything fabric underneath. Got our hole cut through for the 6-inch pipe. So that way we'll have everything nice and burrito wrapped. And then we got these little tails off, so that way it'll be easier to connect everything in as well as get the rest of our fabric through here. So while I was getting that taken care of, Roman pretty much got all of the other fabric laid down, and he's got pipe in it, and he is now in the mini excavator, and he's going to try to get a scoop of rock, and he's gonna perch himself right up here on the edge of our dirt wall. He's gonna lower the bucket down in here, and then we're gonna try to gently put rock next to this pipe, so that way the rock will surround it. And then once we have it where we want it, then we'll take our burrito wrap and then we'll fold everything over, and then we'll be able to get everything covered up. And then we need to do that all the way around the entire thing. And then once we get over here, we just have a little bit more fabric that we need to get laid down. I already have it all laid out, measured, and cut. We just got to get it in here, and then we'll get the laser set up, so that way as we're going along, we can make sure that we are at a level height going all the way around, so that way our water will flow to here, and then our perimeter drain will be doing its job. In full transparency here, this drain is probably never going to take water in. We have tile that is a couple feet below it. We have 5 strands that run underneath of the floor, and it's rocked super good here, and that is taking all the groundwater away. This is simply a backup system because we ended up digging this line first to drain all the water that we had down here when we dug this, and then we discovered we did not dig deep enough, so then we had to dig a second one, and that one is about 4 feet below my feet right here, and that takes all of our deep lines away. So this one's probably never going to have water through it, but we already have that one there where we have the footings this far exposed. We might as well have a double system. And I have bad news. And oh, geez, sorry for blinding you there. Bad news. This is what is left of our rock pile. We don't have very much here. Now the good news is we were able to lay our tile line down, we were able to get rock around it, and we were able to get it all the way burrito wrapped all the way over to that back corner. So all we have left is from that back corner over to there. If everything goes perfect, Roman and I have maybe 2 hours worth of work left to get all of that tile stuff done, at least when it comes to the exterior perimeter one. The only problem is it is Friday night right now. The quarry is not open Saturday. The quarry is not open Sunday, and they're talking rain on Monday. So I guess we'll see what we get for weather. If it rains, I guess it rains. Alrighty, with that being said, I'm gonna grab a quick little recovery workout, and then I'm gonna call it a night. So this is all we got for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.